Hello and welcome back to the GorillaBiker as we head down into the town of Clayton, which is pretty much where I live now. I live not too far from here. Yeah, today is actually Thanksgiving, so to all of my American friends, happy Thanksgiving. Obviously, being Irish, it's never been like a celebratory day for me, and you know, obviously I don't really have family over here to go to for it, so I'm going for a spin on the bike, and Toaster's working. So you know, I can it's just a day off for me, which is great, because you know, I truly believe humans work too much, you know. Sometimes, some days, and by the way, I have no plan for this video. We're just going to talk about what springs into my head. A real old school motovlog. I've gone a certain distance on the road, this road that we're on, and I think if I keep going on it, it leads me to like a state forest park thing, an educational forest park. So I'm going to just ride down it today since it's quiet and see what happens. But yeah, so it's just a day off for me. And yeah, like I said, I do think humans work too much. Some days I get really frustrated about it because like there's so much I want to do, you know, on bikes. There's so many places I want to visit, but it's just one of those things you kind of have to. You kind of have to work to do all the stuff you want to do, unfortunately. It's just a part of life. But I mean, it frustrates me, but at the same time, it's the same for pretty much everyone normal at least. So it's not something that I let kind of eat at me. That's a really cool house. I meant to look what that was. I think it's just a house though, which is a pretty one. Boulevard 20, Boulevard West, sorry, not Boulevard 21. I think someone Irish owns that or is involved in it, because there's an Irish flag, and there's a map on the wall that has the UK is really small and the Ireland is really big, which is like such a subtle dig that pretty certain only an Irish person would notice, or you know, someone with a firm grasp of geography. But yeah, that's just one thing that I do think people in general, we just kind of work too much. And honestly, the only way out of it for me is to win the lottery, which I mean, the odds are so small as to be basically non-existent for. I still do play it when I remember to though, so you know, that's something. There is a faint hope there that one day I'll be wealthy enough to buy the bikes I want, the van I want, to move my bikes around, a little squirrel going for a run, and have the time off that I want to actually be able to use those things. So you know, one day maybe. Like I said, I'm not I get frustrated about it some days, but I'm not bitter about it, because like I said, it's pretty much everyone is in the same situation, other than, you know, mega wealthy people who either looked into said wealth or are actually just phenomenally talented at what they do. And I mean, they deserve it. They got out, they won. You know, a friend of mine who, if you've been watching the channel for like a long time, he was my camera person for a while, Jason. You know, we used to have that conversation. You'd see people and you'd be like, yeah, no, they won, they did it, that's it, they got there, and well done them. It's always nice to see that some people do get out of that little race, you know, a little race to the bottom or top, or whichever way you want to look at it. But I don't know, you know, at the same time, it's just one of those things. I mean, I would have way more available money if I'd moved here a few years earlier and bought a house, because obviously when we got the opportunity to move, and when we were able to move, it's when house prices just kind of skyrocketed over here, as did rent prices, you know. We currently live kind of between where I work and between where Toaster works, and it was literally the cheapest house that we could find in that area that made sense for us to live, that had a garage, and the garage was my one stipulation. Not honestly, genuinely, not that it made much difference to the price, shockingly, but it is a ludicrous amount of money. It's also a really cool house, so you know, maybe that will change one day. That used to be something that like borderline depressed me in Ireland, just because the wages versus how much like living costs in Ireland it's not. The balance is very different there, so I'm a lot more comfortable here, which is nice. Still not rich, still can't just go do whatever I want to do at any time when I want to do it, but definitely in a better situation than I was at home, which is nice. Other news, I did get the Valkyrie turning over, so there'll be a video coming on that. And I'm going to walk through kind of what I... Oh, this is it! Educational... Oh, it's closed! Of course it's closed. But this is the one, the Clemens Educational State Forest. I thought this was, this way. And I was right, which is nice. I should take a photo there, shouldn't I, in front of the closed state gates while it's closed, because I don't think I'm ever going to get a chance to do it again. Do not enter for any reason. You can't. It's illegal. Whee! But yeah, this is what I wanted to come and just like ride into, which is unfortunately not going to be an option, it would seem, due to the fact it is Thanksgiving. And I trapped myself. It's okay. I'm just so thin, you know. I can squeeze through. Shush you. But yeah, that's where I wanted to go, just to ride in there. So we'll figure something else out. Like I said, this is not a planned visitation, so we're just going to do what we can do. Take a little photo here first of Stromboli. I haven't asked recently when there'll be more Z900RS content. It's coming, I promise. This is what Thanksgiving is really about. Taking photos of your bike. That should be enough of that. But yeah, this I'll come back here someday, because I don't know how long this video has been going on for, but not very long. It's not very far from where I live. I usually leave a good healthy 15 minutes from the start of the video from where I live, just because creeps exist. And it's funny because I once mentioned the other car we have here. You know, I have a 99 Suburban, which I did put photos of on Instagram. And that's the car I drive, but Toaster drives a different one. And I was going to put up photos of that, you know, take some nice stun hunt photos. But I never did, because I realized people are weird. Someone might recognize the car and bother Toaster when she's out and about, which is kind of the last thing I want. It's okay if people bother me. I'm kind of, honestly, at this point, I'm kind of used to people being either really unpleasant or just odd. Most people I've met, actually no, everyone I've met in person has been really normal, but certainly some of the messages I've gotten and whatnot are a little bit more odd. We should have went down that road. It didn't look like it was a private road. But yeah, this is my area, which is like, it's extremely beautiful with all the forest, and it's definitely more. It's weird because in North Carolina you got obviously like the kind of swampy forested area, and then you move a little bit more inland, which really isn't that far in terms of America. It's about 100 miles from where we used to live, but like it's no longer swampy. It's like, you know, deciduous trees and pines and whatnot, stuff that, you know, evergreens and deciduous as well, stuff that I'm more used to from Ireland, which is it's actually comforting to the, oh, that's really pretty, to the brain. It must be a golf course or something there. Looks like a golf course. Of course it is. I have no idea where we are now, but that's okay. But yeah, it's Wake County. It's just a really pretty area around here, and it's odd that your brain is like, hey, wait a second. This isn't the type of trees that you've always had in the other place you lived. Could you please go back to those ones? Thank you. Brains are funny things. But yeah, I mean, like, if you only watch the motovlog, since you've last watched them, I did buy a 97 Honda Valkyrie GL 1500 from my good friend Grom Trooper 6189, or Alex is his real name. We've also done a track day on the Z900RS, which was phenomenal, and I do have like a lot of planned suspension upgrades, so primarily suspension upgrades. I want to do lots of stuff And I'm actually staying in America for Christmas just because the transatlantic flight, and it's funny because I know, like, I've seen stuff online where people are like, oh, you big people should pay for 2 seats. You know, that'd actually be pleasant, to be honest, on transatlantic flights, because it really, however bad it is for you as a smaller person, I guarantee you it's worse for a tall person. I promise you that. I would love to be able to pay for 2 seats, but I do not have that type of available cash to throw away on a flight, so I will not be home for Christmas, unfortunately. And you know, it's also those flights they really take it out of me, because you're in such a cramped position for so long, especially with, you know, I do have damage to my hip and knees. That's as churches go over here, that's a very pretty church. A lot of churches aren't that pretty over here. At home there's lots of pretty churches. And as I've said before, I'm not religious, but I do not begrudge anyone being religious. I'm not anti-religious, it's just I am not religious personally, which has not been an issue here either, and there's definitely more people who are more religious over here than at home in Ireland as well, which, you know, it's nice that you can still get along with everyone. I think that's very important. Getting along with people who have different views to you is importante. But yeah, I mean, this is it. I just want to get out and tell you the story. Oh yeah, no, the suspension for the Z900RS. So originally the Z900RS, I thought it was going to be prohibitively expensive to kind of do the upgrades I wanted to do. However, I think I've called them, I talked to them. I know Racetech do fork springs, and they also do shock springs. I was going to get like a whole new shock, but honestly, like, the bike performed pretty well on track. It was just way too soft. Like, it was scarily soft. It's just I've obviously I'm kind of used to that, you know, springs being that soft, so I was able to manage it, which was nice, but definitely not ideal. Definitely something I wouldn't recommend going fast on springs that are way too soft, because it is genuinely dangerous. You know, if you can't feel it out, and like, it was definitely robbing me of a lot of time as well per lap, just because we're going to go left here. Why not? Auburn Nightdale Road. Seems to be a lot of people coming from it, so maybe it's nice. Who knows? But yeah, it's something that I definitely wouldn't recommend doing. Suspension being too soft on track it's not fun. It's not fun. And I mean, if I had wanted to like really push, I almost certainly would have crashed. Just because it is super difficult to manage very soft suspension. You know, it bottoms out and whatnot. But other than that, I mean, the Z was great. Lacked a little bit of power on the straight, but there are actually lots of fixes for the power out there. You know, so I'll be doing that as well. The power is definitely the least of my concerns. I think, you know, if you ever play racing games, you can make something that is like super fast in a straight line. It doesn't actually help you that much. I have no idea where I am. You know, you always kind of want to make your car corner fast. I think corner speed is genuinely. Well, I do know where I am, do I? Oh yeah, this is the main road. Ugh, we're not turning left here. Well, I know where I am at least, sort of, kind of. So yeah, I think that's going to be my goal, is get it cornering faster first, which is going to be predominantly suspension. And I can probably get slightly stickier tires, but the tires did phenomenally. To be honest, cannot complain. I really want to get a van. I miss my van. I used to have a really old van that my uncle sold me for a very good price. It was high mileage. It had its foibles, but I loved it, and I think I would like another van, because it kind of can do everything. I don't know why more people don't have vans. I mean, like, cars are fine and all, you know, they're comfortable, they're relatively fuel efficient, but they kind of suck. I might actually I have a feeling that light sensor isn't going to get me, so I'm going to do this. Because I do not want to wait and find out, does the light sensor not get me? Light sensors over here, man, I'm telling you, they miss you so much on a bike. It's very frustrating. But there is a dead light law in North Carolina, so I can wait 2 cycles and then go. It didn't get me. I knew it didn't get me. I knew it. But it's not something I really want to be like, you know, getting in a conversation with a polizia. I'm like, yeah, I waited. I'm like, you have any evidence you waited for the lights, sir? Like, no, I do not have any evidence, but I did. So yeah, it's sometimes easier over here to take the turn that you can take legally and find a little workaround. Not ideal, but better than the alternative. Pretty. I do like my new locale a lot. I just wanted to get out on Stromboli because Toast was actually working today, so she only went to work like a bit over an hour ago. So obviously I spent the morning with her, and then I got out on my motorcycle. And then for the rest of the night, I'm probably going to make videos on both the Z900RS's new indicators, and also I'll make a video. Hopefully, if I have the go, I'll make a video on getting the Valkyrie turning over, because I think that's a good one. I think that's a good one too. But yeah, that's kind of everything, you know. Updates wise is I have 4 bikes now. 4 is enough. I would of course love. Can we go down? Let's go this way. Oh yeah, we're alright. I've been there, by the way. Rush hour karting. It's fun. Hopefully this isn't like a dead end. We'll find out. Stanley Steamer Carpet Company. Very nice. Or carpet cleaner, I should say. Good name, Gregory. But yeah, I mean, like, so new bike. Got the bike turning over. Did a track day, and other than that, all my bikes are just working really well. Especially this one. This Stromboli has just been wonderful. You know, got a few good trips on it this year. I did the valve clearances, which was actually pretty easy, so that was fun. Very happy that worked out. Oh, this was a dead end. God damn it! I thought I'd be able to keep going, but it looks like I cannot. Oh well, back we go. Wrong way. But yeah, that's it. That's all my updates. So if you have any questions on any of the bikes, actually let me know, which bike do you like seeing in videos the most. Please refrain from saying anything about my beautiful Stromboli. I do genuinely adore this bike, so only nice reasons you prefer a bike, please. And now you're looking forward to seeing the Valkyrie out on the road. Still obviously have to get the box O parts from Alex, but if you have time, go watch Alex's videos as a thank you from me for selling me the bike. I'll also link his photography channel and Instagram, Replicant. He takes some very good photos. He's a talented man. Unlike myself, I can only take photos of bikes. But yeah, go say hello, say thanks. And like I said, if you have any questions on anything bike related, if there's any maintenance you'd like to see. I did not record the valve clearances on this bike this time because I'd never done it before, and I wanted to actually go in and talk sense while I was doing it. So the next time I have to do them, I will record that and I'll do a video on it. And yeah, until next time, that is a big clearing in there. I assume that's going to be houses. Oh, we could totally sneak in. It doesn't say no trespassing. Okay, we'll keep an eye on here. I'll come back and look at here as it develops. But yeah, that's it. If you've watched, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate your time. As always, a very special thank you to all of my patrons. You are all wonderful. And yeah, if you are American, happy Thanksgiving. Well, a day late, but I am recording this on Thanksgiving, so it counts. Alright, thanks everyone. Bye. Adios. Outro crew. Have you ever just gotten out on your bike when other people are like off generally doing something like a, you know, like a national holiday such as this? It's my favorite time to be on the road. because generally there's a lot less traffic. Now, as it gets later, not a hope will I be out on my bike, because it's quite likely that people will be going home after their dinner and whatnot, after having had a few old drinky poos with their family. And it is something that has been a culture shock for me here, is Americans are far more okay with drinking and driving than my age group is at home. It's not something I would ever do. Not to the volume that they think it's alright over here. Anyway, I'll have a pint and I'll drive home, an hour later, which I think is a bit more reasonable. But yeah, we won't get into that. But yeah, that's why I will not be out later on. I'll be definitely at home in my garage working on my beautiful bikes. Yeah, let me know. Bye, outro crew.